Hey there, it's Landria back. Hope you're enjoying your workshop series. Now, you probably noticed that depending on what your interests are, you will be receiving more information, whether it's the e-commerce or the affiliate marketing or whatever it is you're interested in. SFM has those various trainings within the platform. So they've come a really long way. They continue to adapt and expand. But what I want to talk to you today about is what I did with it, and I want to show you an opportunity that could possibly change your life. Now, I provide business tools and promote SFM because I think it's critical for people to change their lives, because the traditional way absolutely doesn't work anymore. Working in jobs for other people in places that we don't love, with people that we may not really resonate with, and then trying to start your own business, which I was a part of for 25 years, as you know, as an investment banker, was a true struggle for people. In fact, we had a lot of people starting franchises, and even they struggled terribly, working even longer hours and investing money. And then there's MLM and all these things that people try out there. I wanted to provide a platform that was serious, that was legitimate and ethical, one that really gave the tools and the support and really helped people transform and create a new life versus just throwing tools at you to make a few bucks. SFM is so much greater, and that's what happened to me when I joined. I came in to start a business, and what happened along the way is I created a new purpose in my life and expanded. Now, you may know me from my YouTube channel. So what I want to share with you today is I realized that how many people were failing out there because they are not thinking like entrepreneurs and CEOs who I worked with my whole life. I actually didn't go into that space where employees were trying to start companies. I always worked with people that you'd have to tell them to quit if things weren't working, because they never would quit. They'd find more solutions. They were really driven. And then I saw the majority of people out there that wanted to achieve their dreams but couldn't figure out what was going wrong. And there was an element missing. That's what SFM fortifies. What is that element? How do you become an entrepreneurial-minded person versus an employee? So what happened is, along the way, when I created my YouTube channel, which is a spiritually focused channel based on, I was eating spinach, based on really helping people to break through all the limitations and fears so that they can go into that space of independence and financial abundance. I realized there's big barriers, and I didn't know what they were, because as much as I experienced fear just like anybody else, I had that ability to break through it and to continue to just go after my dreams, which is how things manifest, right? If you don't go after it, they cannot come into your reality. So I created a whole platform, a whole channel to help people to break past the fears, recognize that they're always going to be there, but that the people that truly succeed in their lives are the ones that know how to move past them and not allow them to control your actions or your thoughts. They just understand that they're there, but they're actually driven more by the fears to accomplish their goals. They don't allow it to stop them. So I created an entire channel and an e-course to help people break past their fears. So if you're thinking, gosh, I can't do this, or, you know, when am I going to make money, and you're still thinking in that mode of get-rich-quick scheme or employee mentality, or somebody's going to do something for you, I want to help you to take charge. I want to help you to go into that space where you are actually controlling the thoughts, controlling the reality, because through those thoughts you're creating your world, and we don't understand that we're really doing that at every moment. We'll go and meditate to try and focus on something we want, and then 90% of the time we're thinking negative thoughts, complaining, not loving our lives, just trying to get out and trying to find solutions from somebody else instead of creating them through our thought patterns. Now, I know this sounds maybe a little out there for you, but I have a 6-week course. You could do it faster or slower, depending on your speed and how much you grasp this. Step by step, I take people through, starting with what is the universe, how does it work, and I use quantum physics, science, proven, not theories, but proven experiments that show that you really are affecting matter through your thoughts. Because, we can talk about, manifesting law of attraction, all this stuff. But when I go to science and I show you real experiments, it's sort of mind-blowing that you really are affecting everything you think about. All right, so we start with that. And I take you through a process of recognizing your personal individual fears. Now, if you're on my YouTube channel, I talk about all these things. But that e-course actually works with you. So you're the one that has to come up with your personal fears, and then we go in and we find out where they're coming from, why they're still there, why they're being allowed by you to block whatever it is you desire. So something I want to work with you right now on is I replace the fear of failure, and I replace the word failure with expansion. So I will ask people, what are you afraid of? And they're not allowed to use the word failure. And they will have to say, I'm afraid of expansion. Because that's all failure, we name failure, is. It's trying things and getting it right. And that's how we learn, and that's how we expand. So when I think of something that I'm fearful of and I feel it, I ask myself, where's that coming from? It's always conditioning and programming. So what's the question? Well, I'm afraid to expand. Right? I'm afraid something's going to go wrong. So that means I'm afraid of expansion. Because every time I've accomplished something great, it never went completely the way I envisioned it all the time. In fact, the universe took me to greater places than I ever imagined. And I allow that to happen. I want to teach you how to do that. So I have a six-week course called Breakthrough Fear. It's an e-course off of Landria.com. I have the link here. I actually have reduced it by $100 for a short period of time. So you can go in there. It's very affordable. And this absolutely could change your life. In fact, if you go to my YouTube channel and you read the comments of people that are doing the e-course and watching my channel, you know that I use simple methods for you to change that thinking that stops you from going into that space that you're afraid of. You may not be trying SFM because you're thinking, oh, there's scams out there. You're already tainted by what's going on out there. Not listening to the people who are doing it, that they're saying it's changed your life since great. You're listening to what's out there of the other stuff and the things that have happened before, or MLM, or the get-rich-quick schemes. That's not SFM. But we allow that outside world to affect our decision making. And then we use it as an excuse to not expand. All right, oh, this is great. Now I know that I don't need to do that. So you save your money and you don't put in all the effort, but you don't change your life. So I want to help you get past that, because do you want to end your life and never really have explored all of this? Do you really want to end this beautiful life that you've been given and say, why didn't I take that course? Who knows what I could have done with it? Who knows what I would have expanded into and become the entrepreneur, become the CEO versus the employee mentality, and stop being in fear and having other people tell me how to live my life and then complaining about it. Getting high blood pressure, heart palpitations, having a heart attack, stressed out, all this stuff that we do. People are sick. We don't have to be sick. We are internalizing all the things out there that we're so unhappy about. Let's break past them. Let's break past the fears, and let's go into expansion. I help you and train you on how to expand into that space where all probabilities exist. In fact, that's one of my lessons. We start with that, expanding into all probabilities. They exist for you right now. What's stopping you? Story in the head. Fear of expansion. Right? We're told we're not supposed to feel any kind of pain. Well, this won't be painful. If you're going after your dreams, it's so worth it. And if you're going into something you don't love every day, making money, that to me is the worst pain of all. So if you're interested and you feel like you still have a lot of fears, you're telling yourself stories, or you start a lot of things because you'll get all excited, but when reality sinks in and you are challenged because you really have to put some work in, and you are going to go into expansion and become a completely different person, you really will, then maybe it's time for you to take Breakthrough Fear. All right, so there's a link here. It doesn't charge you anything until you look at it. It takes you into that description, the store. You can visit my site and Look at all of that. You can sign up. I have an inspiration email that you'll be put on once you sign up for the course. You'll get emails from me. 180 videos. I guide you personally step by step. 17 meditations, and these aren't just, you know, woo-woo sitting there. I talk you through things. We get the thinking out of the way and we expand into the quantum field. It's amazing. And then I give you practices that you can use for a year. I'm doing that for a short period of time because, you know, a year, 12 months, you get access to all of these exercises. So if you slip back and you start to doubt yourself or life gets tough, you can go into that one exercise or one practice or one meditation. You can go back and revisit it and knock it out. And go after that life you love. So if you're holding back and you're thinking, wow, you know, I don't know if I want to do this or whatever, and you're not investing in yourself and learning something new, this technology, this world of technology is where it's at, and it's just going to get bigger. And it's the only way right now that we have to get out of that world where we have to get in a car and go someplace. All right? We have to show up at a certain time and somebody tells us what we're supposed to do and gives us all those parameters. And just even saying it doesn't feel good, does it? I get up when I want. Right now I'm writing a new course. I love it. I work constantly. My friends tease me. They said, are you working? Of course you are. Because it's fun for me. And then I take breaks. I go for my run, or I do whatever I want, or I travel. That's the kind of life I know you want. And I make more than I did as an investment banker. And by the way, I made a lot of money as an investment banker. But I don't struggle with that anymore. I just expand, I keep going, and yes, there will always be challenges along the way. That's part of being here on this planet. Are you ready to embrace that and use it in a positive way? And we're going to use fears that come up in a positive way to expand, to recognize them and move into expansion. I know this is what you want, and that's why I provide the business tools and platform, because I can talk about expansion all I want, but nobody knows how to access those opportunities. SFM allows us to do that in a way that was never available before. So I'm going to go pick the spinach out of my teeth. Hopefully I didn't talk to you with it in there, distract you. And again, try the e-course, go into expansion, and I'll be here along the way. And if you want to come on board with SFM, you're going to find even more unbelievable support into creating that dream life with other people who are on that path. Positive, amazing people. So thanks for listening. I know this was a long video, but I wanted to present this opportunity for you if you're holding back at all on living a dream life. I want to help you get there. Don't ever stop thinking that it's possible for you to live an amazing life. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.